storyline is Futamigaura Investigation. Recollection: Yumeko Shiki and Sodo Kiryu head to the coast of Futamigaura after receiving a report about a strange corpse found there. So let's start. August 7, 1980X. Morning. Futami Town, Futamigaura Coast. Mrs. Shiki, there you are. Thank you for calling you. Thank you for calling you. Sorry. Not at all. Thank you for bringing the case to our attention. I hear you got an unusual corpse on your hand. Nakanguso na naman sila, everybody. Well, forensics aren't here yet, so I honestly don't know whether it can be called a corpse or not. But I do know that it'll cause a stir if anyone catches sight of it. So right now, we're just trying to keep the busybodies away. I am sure glad it happened while you're still here, though. What with you being from the Tokyo Metropolitan Police and all? Ooh, Prefectural Police Detective Masaru Ide. Where is our cadaver then? Still in the water over there, where it was found. Feel free to go ahead and examine it. Over there, hmm? I see. Uy, grabe. Ala! I see. So this is the corpse in question, is it? La, scary. Scary. Unusual is certainly one word for it. Wait lang. Ayan. It's all dried up now. Almost like it's been mummified. But apart from that, it's pretty safe to say this is a mermaid, right? Hmm. Let's take a closer look at it. Pwede bang wag na? It's so creepy! This is the tail. The body's lower half is identical to a fish tail. If this was a fish, it'd be a pretty huge one. That's right. So there's a check mark on the tail torso. It would seem like the fish half of the body begins from the shoulder downward. Hmm. All the mermaids I've ever heard of have had the fish half start from the waist down. If this is a fake, maybe whoever made it didn't do their research? Really? Several of the mermaids described in old Japanese legends had their faces as the only human part though. Seriously? Guess that makes me the one who didn't do the research then. If this really is a corpse, I wonder when they died. I doubt their body would have ended up this desiccated if it had been in the sea this whole time. You think there's a possibility that they died shriveled up into a mummy-like state, then their body fell into the sea and got washed up here? It makes for quite the enigma, that's for sure. There's no sign of any external wound. I can't see anything that could have caused their death, at least. Okay, head. As you can see, there's no doubt it has a human head. That's the main reason we went ahead with treating it as a corpse. That makes sense. I can't imagine anyone would have seen a creature like this before, after all. If it really is a mermaid, wouldn't this be a pretty huge discovery? It's not the sort of thing we'll be able to make public, that's for sure. I don't suppose we have any way of confirming their identity. Their identity? Given the state of the body, it'd be probably difficult to confirm based on facial features, but we might have a chance using dental records. Though that would depend on if they ever had a dental exam. I see, that makes sense. Honestly, I'm thinking of leaning towards it being a fake of some kind. What do you think? Hmm. It's true that many of the mermaid mummies discovered were ultimately found to have been man made in origin. Oh, you won't find me complaining if it is. No need to investigate a fake corpse after all. Maybe that's too optimistic, though. We'll just have to see about that, won't we? When I first saw this expression, I thought they must have died in unbelievable agony. But at the same time, I can't help but feel like they look almost satisfied. Could just be my imagination, though. Satisfied? Hmm. Okay, what else? Okay na tayo sa head, torso, and tail. Back. Up. Do we know what the situation was when the corpse was found? I just got here as well, so I'm not clear on the details myself. But from the sounds of it, a local civilian happened across it about an hour ago as they were passing by. They got on us on the scene immediately, so no one else should have seen it. That's a relief. We don't want people working themselves into a frenzy over this. Where's that local now? We've got someone taking their statement in the in nearby police box. I'll let you know when we get more info there. Please do. Okay. If we really do have a mermaid on our hands, do you think all those stories about becoming immortal from eating mermaid flesh are true? Oh, so you're curious about that too, detective? Well, I don't know if I'd actually want to eat it though. Ugh. Living forever doesn't necessarily mean you'd be happy, you know? Besides, I can't say. I find that thought of eating meat from this thing all that appealing. I see. I suppose that's a natural response. But there are plenty of people who would be interested in getting their hands on this corpse for that exact reason. I can see that. We might even have people fighting over it if it gets out. All the more reasons to try and keep it hidden. Sure, it is troublesome thing we've got on our hands here. Okay. So ayaw niya nang dagdagan yung kanyang... This is Sodo Kiryu. He's worked with me as my assistant for a long time now. Although he usually makes his living as a psychic detective. He's not officially with the police, but with my assignments being what they are, he has a special permission to accompany me on investigations. Alright, so let's talk to him. Well, I think we have a decent grasp of the situation now. What's your opinion, Sodo? Hmm. First of all, based on the state of the corpse, I think it's safe to say this is another case of the curse of the forsaken fish. Some of the residual curse energy is still lingering around the body. Just as expected then. I suppose there's no surprise. Huh? What was that just now? We'll try to explain our understanding of the case so far, Detective. I realize some of it might sound a bit absurd, but please bear with us. This corpse is neither a fake, nor could it be called a mermaid. It is the remains of a human, one transformed into a fish as a result of a curse. What? A former human? And a curse too? It's pretty hard to know what to say to that. One thing's for sure, that's not going to fly in the case report by itself. Mind explaining a bit more for me? Of course, let's start with an explanation of our circumstances then. I'll let you handle the explanations, ma'am. Of course, leave it to me. In return, I'll be counting on you to handle the report. Confound it. Okay, so may checkmark na. Talk about department. First, I suppose I should start with a brief explanation of the department I work for. Wait, aren't you part of some secret department in the security division over in Tokyo? Are you sure you should be telling me something like that? I'm not going to get caught up in any troublesome business if you do, am I? Haha, no need to worry. I doubt it will come to that probably. Our work is mostly kept a secret because it's something of a pain to find people who will accept, let alone understand the circumstances each time. But you have been very supportive so far, so I can imagine that will be a problem. Well, if you really insist, go ahead, I guess. As you say, my department is indeed part of the security division. Its proper name is the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, PAB. Geez, the Paranormal Affairs Bureau, huh? Though there really are cases of spiritual phenomena causing harm around the place. I guess it's not that hard to believe there'd be some sort of organization to deal with them within the police. Precisely. I'm glad you're so quick on the uptake. Well, after seeing that corpse over there, there's not much else I can do but believe it, you know. Oh, does that mean you have spirit sense or some other sort of psychic powers? Not to any notable degree, I'm afraid. I mentioned I'm primarily a housewife. If you ask me, I would rather sort this all out and get back home to my husband as soon as possible. Right. Soto here was my husband's protege when he used to work as a psychic, though. He helps me out on any work I'm assigned to. I'm responsible for handling any spiritual work that comes up, yes. Spiritual work, huh? Hearing you say that, it's like another job really makes me feel we're talking about another industry entirely. But if you really are just a housewife, Mrs. Shiki, why are you working for a special unit like that? I know it's none of my business, but if your husband is a psychic, wouldn't all this be more in his line of work? Truly, I truly, true. Personally, I'd also rather our roles were reversed, but there are several reasons why that unfortunately can't be the case. I see. I don't really know your circumstances, but it sounds pretty rough. Either way, I should be good to put this down as a paranormal affairs case, right? That should be fine, yes. You can leave the rest of the investigation to us. We'd also handle the report. More specifically, Sodo will. Yung mukha ni Sodo. Really? Thanks. That's a great help. Not again. So maraming files. Puntahan natin siya later. Oh, so does that mean you came all the way to Mie because you knew something like this was going to happen? Oh, that's awfully perceptive of you, detective. I suppose you could say that, yes. At the very least, this situation hasn't come a huge surprise. Ah, if that's the case, basta di pa ako tapos magbasa. Naman! Unlock your chapter, Yumeko Shiki. Unidentified skeletons. Okay. It was indeed yes. Seriously? Does that sound like a pain to deal with? I bet our chief knew all about this when he assigned me to this case. If it lessens the burden, you've been a great help to us so far, Detective. Okay. I don't mind occult stuff, so I've been asking all these questions out of curiosity. But it's possibly best I don't get too involved in the paranormal business, right? You must have had a good reason for keeping it under wraps, after all. I think that would be wise, yes. Okay. Still, I never would have thought that there's a curse out there that can turn people into fish. And only half worked, so the victim ended up looking like a mermaid that's bound to cause misunderstanding. The curse is originally meant to turn a person's whole body into that of a fish, you see. But the victim died before the transformation was complete, so it stopped before it could reach to that point. The vast majority of the mermaids discovered over the years are either man made fakes or victims of the same curse. I see. To be honest, part of me was kind of excited when I first saw that what it looked like. I thought it might mean there are really mermaids out there, you know? exactly like the ones you hear about in stories. Hmm, I'm afraid we can neither confirm, or deny things here. Oh, I get why you're asking about the corpse's identity now. It's because you realize they used to be human, right? That's right. Very recently, too. The transformation likely happened yesterday or earlier today. What? That recently? Someone could really end up in a state like that after just a day? I certainly could. Seriously, these curses sure are scary. I'll get forensics to take a look when they get here then. Please do. The investigation in question has worked on paranormal affairs cases before, so they shouldn't need any explanation. Ah, right. The cases from yesterday. Great. That should save us some effort then. Cursed one day, a mummified corpse the next. Sure is a scary world we live in. Nice. I sometimes find myself wondering if I have a bit of a spirit sense as well. There have been times I caught sight of strange things when walking down a road at night, and when I looked into it later, I found that a place I'd walked by had been the site of an accident or the like. Oh, that might be the real deal then. It's definitely a possibility. I would advise not going too close to anything you see of that nature. It becomes easier for them to target you if they realize you're aware of them, you see? Jeez, what would happen then? I guess I'll end up possessed or something? There is that danger, yes. In the event you are possessed, you may find yourself afflicted by headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Memory problems and impaired thinking are also not unheard of. Irk. Headaches and muscle stiffness definitely ring a bell. I hope, I sure hope it isn't the work of some spirit. Do people have their personalities taken over when possessed too? Hmm, it may be possible with spirits who had very close relationship to their target, such as if they were sibling or were a parent and child. But you almost never heard of people being taken over completely. The negative effects I just mentioned are primarily caused by two parties not being in sync. That's good to know, I think. Even if a spirit were able to successfully possess someone, it would only be able to pressure them to behave in ways that wouldn't be unusual for the individual in question. I see. But in that case, there's no way of knowing whether you're behaving that way on your own or not, on your own will or not, right? Exactly. Hence the prevalence of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Huh? So that's how things work there. As far as I know, I haven't been having any problems like that though. So I think I should be fine. Ma'am? Hmm? What is it? Perhaps I could use my Shagan ability and see if it produces any results? Ah, that's an excellent idea. I almost forgot we had such a handy trick up on our sleeves. Shagan? What does that do? Hindi ko na mabasa as shinanigan or sharingan, lols. Patience, detective. You'll see soon enough. Right, what's going on? There, it's done. So, it went well, did it? Well done. Soto, what's all about this then? Soto can see the faces of the deceased from a piece of their remains. However small, he can then sketch their features based on what he saw. Ah, so that's how you got a sketch of the victim in that other case. An ability like that would be priceless if we could use it on the force, you know? Well, I hear it doesn't work, it doesn't always work. So it's unfortunately not foolproof. So, what did our victim look like? Hindi ba 'to familiar? Hindi ba 'to parang nanay ni Yuza? This face. It's Somikawa. Wait, Somikawa? You can't mean. Ooh, we have unlocked another memory, guys.